Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in the wee hours of the morning. What I do for you. Cool, I got something nice for you today. Let's get this party started the way we do. Right is the 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, message and story for life. It's 4th of July. It's just going crazy out here, so that's the noise you hear in the background if you do. But yeah, 25 will live by storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story. Life lessons I'm giving. You tuning and receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's ride. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. And that's meaning I'm on my job. Right thinking way of life through what? Mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. Excuse me. That's the mission that I'm on, to get all right thinkers to do just that. Know themselves. Why? Because with knowledge of self, everything else becomes possible. Let's go. Know thyself is the question you should have an answer for yourself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregarded. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, excuse me, but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. I'm spiritual alarm clock, doing just that, waking you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know myself. And to my eye, true. Because it's a family friendly show, I don't get belligerent. I don't use profanity. So the title was going to be I'm self made, not be made. Thought that might have been a little harsh at the time I thought about it. It was a concept. Still going to use the concept. I got to reword it so I don't be so vulgar about it. So this is self made man, aka I'm a self made man. Self-made man. So this is for us who know what a self-made man is. So let me break it down for those who might not know. So the title is I'm a self-made man. Let's go. All my life, I handled my business from the time projects when the bullies handling my business in the schoolyard, in the streets, in prison, at work. I handled my business myself. Over my shoulder, kept everything cool. So I'm like James Brown. I'm a man. I'm a son of a man. If I don't take care of you, Papa can't. I was raised like that. So yeah, I have much respect, and I had somebody who had my back. So I was always able to do my best. That's where it comes from. Okay. Yes, I had good parental guidance. My household, mother and father. So I got my education from both sides. And I always tell you, moms gave me the morals, dad gave me the corruption. So again, balance. I made my choices as I went and paid as I went also. So trust me, if you're not willing to pay the price for the decision you make, don't make it. Because there's a price to pay. That's all. And if you're willing to pay the price for the decision you make, okay, by all means. That's just knowing what this thing is about. Mom and dad are good guys, had a mom and dad, but I was the one who had to do what? The work. Self-made meaning I did what I was supposed to do when I was supposed to do it. Okay, the onus is on me to get it done. Okay, I took my life lessons seriously. I had another choice. That must have to my man. My dad wasn't having that. We had rules, we had chores that I had to live by. Okay, now my life lessons I took seriously, what the bad ones as well as the good ones. But I was the one it was happening to. I suffered through or I benefited. To make a difference, I was the one doing the work. Hence, self-made. You make yourself, whether you like it or not, because you the one got to deal with the situation that you got to be confronted with. So you see where you're going with this self-made? Okay. Self-made man, back in my day, came a dime a dozen. That's what we were doing. Meaning it was many of us. Now you can't find a self-made man. Not they don't know nothing about that. Or they no, it's self-made because they call themselves entrepreneurs. We call them drug dealers. Moving on. If because you know how to manipulate drugs, don't mean you're self-made. I'm just saying. You think on that level, that's where you're gonna be. It don't take much to do that. So self-made, watch this. Let me tell you, self-made means you did whatever needed to be done. You took care of number one, aka self. And I ain't got a problem with that. Even when it's wrong. We was all drug dealers. But you could tell who the best was, why? Who didn't get caught doing it. Everybody knew what we was doing, but when you get caught, okay, party's over. I got my time and I moved on. But the time I was in the game and all that nonsense, I was a player. I played. Took a walk on the wild side. Okay. But when it's time to pay up, okay, why? Because I ain't doing this again. That's all. Self-made. Self-made men and women, watch this, are hard to find today. Why is that? We don't advocate self-improvement. We don't advocate nothing about doing self. Everything is computer this and artificial that. We ain't really doing our own thing. So I laugh when I think about how much things have changed just in my lifetime alone. I remember when I said, and back in my day, and I heard some of those stories. I said, I ain't gonna be that kind of dad to tell them. Back in my day, yeah, it's hard not to because when you see change, you got to express that. That's all. I get it now because I'm there. Okay. Back in the day, when you was bettering yourself, you always had company. I used to run the lake. I had a few spots I had to work out. I had a job. I had then I'm the car. I had to run 3 miles to get from work. And I was so independent, self-made. I had got off at 11, 12 o'clock at night. Nobody gonna come pick you up. I had worked way up and everything. Had to get back over the note. What I do? Got on my high horse, made it work out. Put something to purpose to it, and got good at that. Got in shape also, and didn't inconvenience nobody. Self-made. When you can handle your business without relying on somebody, without self-made. That's all. I have a childhood friend who we both been working out, making ourselves better for the last 40 some odd years. Still at it. My dude. Okay, so it's impressive when you ain't the only one doing it. So I know we dinosaurs, but there's still others who doing it. All right. Now, to be self-made, you will have to what? Put in the hard work. When? On your own. All alone. Hence, self-made. I don't need nobody to motivate me. I don't need nobody to work with me. I do me. Okay? Self-made. Again, right thinking philosophy is my great example of what? Being self-made. Why? Because I made my philosophy based on myself, making spiritual progress from the start to the finish on my own. I put in the work, I put study time in, I manifested it, I studied it, I mastered it, now I teach it. Self-made again. This is why I don't follow none of the contrary religious concepts. Why? I got my own and they work. I just use principles that work for me, principles that were set a long time ago that work for anybody who want to employ them. So I did that, put mine in. Again, it's right thinking, hence self-made. Moving on. Where we at? Where we at? Okay, where we at? Where we at? Okay, here you go. Now, before modern technology, this big computer bang, we did all our thinking. That's what we did. We sat down, they called it brainstorming, spitballing, whatever. But we would sit down and we would contemplate, we would conceptualize, we would come up with ideas. Now, I coined the phrase right thinking philosophy because of it being my own experiences, me putting time in to study and learn and use them, but it's all based on the experiences that I have for myself, hence right thinking philosophy. Coined the phrase right thinking philosophy to show you that it was self-made by me. Okay. Now that we have AI taking over the thinking jobs, oh, trust me, it's going to be hard to compete with a computer. Quick story. I'm a fan of John Henry. John Henry was a steel driver man. Back in the days, they would land the railroad. He would carry two hammers and he would drive a spike with each one. Bam. Then he came up with the machine that's going to take their job. John Henry back then was going to be the hero. I can outwork the machine. Didn't work out too well for John Henry. John Henry was big. John Henry was strong. John Henry could drive mistakes all day long. But John Henry was human. His heart said, we can't take this stress, my man. And they gave out. So John Henry died a still driving man, but that machine took the job anyway. So quick story, quick lesson about machines. Man and machine, the machine will win. It's not a competition, but here we go. I'm just saying. Machines, all right, so here we go. Machines, aka AI, will take over man in time. Why? Because the AI has been foretold that the AI will what? Self-make itself. They got computers making computers. And they will make their own, and what will happen? They will control its maker. Frankenstein, you see where we're going with this? When the creation supersedes the creator, that's the problem. Man, human, we can't supersede God. So we don't have that problem. But if you bring AI into the mix, we're going to have a problem with the AI, not God. He said, I won't do it. You're going to do it to yourself. When the parents see the child going the wrong way, they know he's going to self-destruct. Why? Because he's going the wrong way. And the way he's going is not going to be productive. That's all. You ain't got to be a genius to see and recognize that. Moving on. Where we at? I remember when thinking or reinventing yourself was the norm. You had to figure out another angle. You had to come up with a different scheme, a different game, a different hustle, so to speak. Something to do what you got to do to create and make some venue to make money. That's what hustlers did. We thought. We thought. Now, right thinkers are self-made. What? Through learning spiritual truth, living and mastering them. That's what you call self-made. When you put the work in, it's self-improvement, self-made, same thing. See, once you start getting concepts and views and ideas, you got this over here, you got that over there. Oh, you can put them together. Oh, they work. Remember concentration, you put the card down, face down, and you lay them out. When you turn over one card, okay, turn another card, don't match. When you turn over a card that's gonna match one of them cards, you got to be thinking, you got to remember, you got to focus and pay attention. When you see it, you go right to it. I see people focus not too good, so it varies. But get good at what it is you need to do, which is take care of you and do the best for yourself. Okay. Next one. It was called self-made back in my day. Today it's called, like I said, I'm gonna switch the B made to mom made. Okay, or even AI made, because a lot of people, everything is done on a computer. But I use this point, make one little quick point about the guys in prison today. All these tough killers. They're not in there because they're tough and they killers. They're in there because they mama's boys and they got caught up in a situation where they reacted to their emotions. So now they label the killer when they really soft his newborn baby stuff. But they don't find that out until they get behind bars and all of a sudden reality sets in and they're not as tough as they thought they was. Okay? And a lot of times their manhood get took. Okay? Moving on. Self-made back in my day. The prison is full of mom-made men. Nowadays, why? Because the last two generations, single parent household raised by the mother, and the streets took them over. So now they got mommy tendencies, but they act like they're hard in the streets. That never works, and we got that handed down from somebody who's doing life in prison, who see and know the change. These guys come here now, these are punks. These ain't real killers. These ain't thugs. And now I get the concept. So moving on. Real self-made men never act first. Hear that? Calculating, cunning, patient, maintaining. Why? Because when you do what you want to do, it's going to be done the right way. When you do something reacting on emotion, it's never right for you. Watch this. Real men never act first. Why? The first reaction is always that emotion. That's why. That knee-jerk reaction. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We all been there. Okay. But when you get better, you know how to what? Think through those situations. Back in my heyday, he was right. Perfect example. Back in my heyday, respect was a must. If you disrespected me, you got hurt. Simple as that. Ain't no simple as that. I'm going to hurt you. I like the line in Fat Joe with laid back. If you cross the line, damn right I'm gonna hurt you. That was my motto back in the day. I don't know they do it now, but that was how I felt. You don't want to do that. Simple. So understand that. It's like making Dr. Bruce Banner mad. Why? You might not want the result that's gonna happen if you did that. So that's why. If you question my manhood, man, I'm going to answer the bell. You had to deal with what the answer that I always gave. Let's do this. Let's go. Showtime. Whatever you want to call it. Go time. But I don't mind mixing it up. Never did, never will. That's why I'm in the gym every day. Just in case. Just in case, my dude. I am a mama's boy. Don't get it twisted. I love my mother. I was raised by him. I wasn't mama made. Okay, I was mama nurtured, which is the difference. Mothers should be mothers and raise their son with love and respect and give them the good things. The men, you should make your son men. My job is to make my son a man, his own man. Self-made again. Okay, trust me. I would be, excuse me, I'm a mama's boy, and yeah, I would be one for life. But don't get it twisted. Man. You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, just try. Bruno Mars. If you don't believe me, just try. I'm with that. Moving on. I'm about to wrap it up. A little long lesson, but self-made. Last one. Self-made. What it mean? It means you did the work yourself. You did what you had to do. That's right thing philosophy. Everything is on you. The onus is on you. I'm gonna give you the lessons, I'm gonna give you the instructions, but you got to do what you need to do. That's self-made also. Let's go. I had my life changed. I had to check my man in front of my son. Because at the point in time, he bragged about everything he did for me, how much he did for me. Oh, whoa. No, my man. Yeah, you did, but I did the work, nigga. Excuse me. But I did the time. Them 3 years you didn't do that day. I did. So I had to let it be known. Don't do that. Okay? I give you yours. Always did, always will. But don't take mine. You got enough of your own. Be satisfied. You want my credit. So that's what I felt about that. Coming into my own with my own man. I always had him, but I had to put him, oh my man, whoa, you don't went too far. So yeah. Yes, yes, he taught me how to what? Be a man. That wasn't from my mom. I got that from a man. Okay? But I put in the work myself to prove that I was the man that he taught me to be. Proved it. So, okay, sometimes you got to, give it to him. And I gave it to him. I got a problem. If I give it to my father, I'll leave that there. Trust me. I gave my son what my dad gave me: self-respect, pride, integrity, and how to use them, and never ever quit or give up on yourself. Okay? I smile now. Why? I see my grandson showing me that they are going to be self-made men also. Duda, this is for you. My dad would be proud to know that his offspring, 3 generations down, is still going strong. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Are you man-made? Are you self-made? Right thinkers all self-made. Why? Because you got to put the work in. If you putting the work in, you're self-made. They call it self-discovery. I say it's called knowing thyself. In order to do that, you got to put the work in. Same thing. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go.